Now, a coup has been confirmed in Guinea-Bissau. Now, earlier today, we heard heavy gunfire outside the presidential palace just days after general elections took place. Let's have a listen to that. Crowds of people were seen running from near the palace. Two candidates have claimed victory ahead of the release of results on Thursday. The incumbent, Umaro Sissoco Embalo, is seeking a second term. He ran against opposition contender Fernando Diaz and 11 others. Let's go to our correspondent Nicholas Hack, who's live for us in Dakar in neighbouring Senegal. So, Nick, what exactly are you hearing about this coup?
Well, we heard from this press conference held at the military headquarters, where a group calling themselves the High Military Command for the Restoration of National Security and Public Order effectively said that it discovered an ongoing plan to destabilize the country, saying with the participation of drug barons, and the aim was to destabilize the election results. Presidential election results were supposed to be announced on Thursday, tomorrow. And so they're just taking over power just as those results were going to be announced. Two main contenders, the incumbent president, Umaro Sissoco, and Fernandez Diaz, both claiming victory. Now, we don't know the whereabouts of the president, but what we know is that the presidential palace is heavily guarded as we speak, surrounded by the presidential guard, and we have the military deployed. There is fear that there could be ongoing violence. So during this communique, they announced that air, land, and sea borders are closed and a curfew in place in the country.
Exactly. On that point, I understand it's experienced 4 coups since independence, as well as multiple attempted coups. Do we know for a fact if this coup is really ongoing, and what more can you tell us about it?
It's still unclear what's happening to the president himself. There's been attempted coups before, and that has helped the incumbent president to garner more strength. But what we know for sure is that the military is definitely in charge today, in charge of the country today. But it comes at a time where we've seen multiple coups in the region. It comes on the heels of an election process that civil society claimed wasn't free and fair. The main political party of the country, the PAIGC, wasn't able to have a candidate in this election.
Just a few days ago, who were observing the election, praising the election, saying that the whole process had been incredibly peaceful. So the developments that we're seeing now, will they have come as a surprise to most people, to most observers?
Yeah, that seems to be a discrepancy with what civil society says, of course. And this is one of the accusations that many people in civil society say about the West African body of ECOWAS, that is accused of being a club for presidents trying to cling on to power. And so what we've seen is there was an election process that was calm, but that doesn't mean that it was free and fair. The fact that one of the main political parties, the PAIGC, that has been offering candidates that was the party from which the main prime minister was from in previous governments, wasn't able to run in the race, really is a blow to the electoral process. Not only that, the fact that the opposition was clamped down, the fact that there wasn't enough space for discontent to be expressed inside Guinea-Bissau leads to an election that feels not free and fair, at least from the perspective of civil society. And in this instability, that's where the military steps in. And it happens not just in Guinea-Bissau, but it happens in neighbouring countries. We saw it in Niger, in Mali, in Burkina Faso, where the trust in the democratic process is not there among many people in the country. And what they want to see change, they want to see more democracy, but also a trickle-down effect of the wealth that's promised by these politicians to the people.
Tinubu, are you hearing this? You're on high alert now, right? The president of Nigeria is on high alert. There's been a coup in Guinea-Bissau. When we keep telling all of you politicians that this seed that you've sown, this seed of destruction that you've sown in our nation, in our continent, on our continent, you will reap it. You think it's a joke. You think that when you cling on to power, you shut down opposition voices, that the people will sit down, the military will sit down. If you've ever followed this channel, you will know that I've always said that I do not want military rule. I have lived through Abacha's time, and I know how bad it was in Nigeria. And I don't want to see that again in Nigeria again. But when you see what these politicians are doing, the question is always the same thing. Have they forgotten history? They've forgotten history. Now Tinubu is on high alert. When politicians circumvent the process of election, they rig election and destroy the country for their selfish gains, what do you think will happen? So Tinubu, are you seeing what is going on in Guinea-Bissau? Are you seeing what is going on in Africa right now? Recently, there was a coup attempt in Nigeria. There's been coups in Niger, in Mali, in Burkina Faso, and now in Guinea-Bissau. After many attempted coups, they've now finally seized power. Are you seeing that now, Bola Tinubu? When all of you politicians, Bola Tinubu, Akpabio, Shetima, Tajudeen Abbas, all of these politicians who like to rig elections, when you see what is going on now, you promise high heavens and you cannot deliver. You import insecurity into our country. You think you people are going to be exonerated from it? All the monies these politicians are stealing, where are you taking them to? Because you want to remain in power. You like to boss people around. And you think the military will sit down there and be folding their hands and watching how their people are getting, wasted every day in the bushes. This is what happened in Guinea-Bissau. Politicians and military used the Guinea-Bissau land and their sea for drug usages. What did Nigerian politicians do? Import terrorists into the country. You think you want to reclaim the land for a particular tribe? The people are only asking for change. Africans, Nigerians are asking for change. Just change. Let us all benefit from the proceeds of democracy. Let's enjoy our commonwealths together. But no, all of you want to seize the money and go take that same money and go and dump your children abroad, but leave the country in ruin. Insecurity is scattered all over the country. And you wonder why the military personnel are always thinking about coups. Look at Nigeria. Everywhere you turn to, insecurity. Everywhere you turn to, Nigerians are living in abject terror right now. Not abject poverty, even though they're living in abject poverty because they cannot go to farm, they cannot go to school. Schools are getting shut down because of terrorists. The government don't have a handle over the situation. And then we say we have a government. The big question is, do we really even have a government? When you look at what is going on in Nigeria right now, do we really have a government? Government negotiating with bandits. Then the government spokesperson in Baye or Nonuga coming to tell Nigerians that Tinubu called, or the presidency called the bandits and tell them to release those people they kidnapped. And they just release them like that. You're taking Nigerians for a fool. These people don't understand that the days where you control the media is gone. People can see things in real time. The people want change. They want the dividends of democracy. They want the trickle-down effect of what democracy brings. But no, these politicians with their criminal mindset just want to have it to themselves. For what? You want to live like kings in the midst of many and let your own people suffer in poverty and penury. See what happened in Tanzania recently. A woman who's the president of Tanzania will lock down and lock up opposition because she wants to remain in power. Look at what happened in Cameroon. All over Africa, we have these people with greed in their mind, and they cannot deliver. The military people say restoration of national security. Again, like I said, I do not want to see the military in Nigeria anymore being in power. They are more wicked than the politicians, but our politicians are destructive. When you rig elections, you circumvent the will of the people when the people say they want certain people. Let them try the one that they want. But you say, no, you rig the election. And now we ask you to win. Do the work that you rigged the election for. You cannot. You brought more people into poverty. More people have died under your watch. More people cannot even go to school anymore. Inflation everywhere. Everything you met, you worsened. And yet you want to come back in 2027. Are you happy now, Bola Tinubu? Are you not on high alert now? Are you not on high alert now? Wike, Tinubu, Akpabio, Chetima, all of you, destroyers of the country of Nigeria. When you clamp down on opposition, you use the government parastatus to clamp down on opposition because you want to remain in power and you call yourself a Democrat. This is a painful thing right now. All of you wake up. This is ridiculous. So how long would this continue for now? You sit down, all of you are in 80-something year old, you want to be president till you die? And the country is suffering under your watch. Please just resign. Akpabio resign, Shetima resign, Tinubu resign, Tajudeen, all of you people in the National Assembly just resign because all of you are useless to the country. Just resign. All of you, all our politicians are useless to us. If you cannot protect Nigerians, just resign, let other people come, do the work that you cannot do. How many more people will die before you realize that you are incapable of doing the job? Please put your comments in the comment section. Let us know what you think about what is going on all over Africa right now. You think Bola Tinubu is scared right now with this coup that just happened in Guinea-Bissau? Is that going to enable and embolden our military to now do theirs again and attempt again? Put that in the comment section. Please like this video, comment on it, and subscribe if you've not done so. You support us to make this video go get to a lot of people as well. We want to bring awakening to our Nigerians, and Nigerians must speak up. I'll catch you in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.